All right. Hey there, YouTube guys. I got a really important guest today because I have a woman who has done time in the federal system. Her name is Brittni, and she left a comment on my channel saying she did time in Fort Worth, Dallas, Texas, and then FCI Dublin. And what's it say? I got your comment here. Yeah, and it was not that bad at all. Time flies. Keep your head up. And I asked her, will you come on the channel? Because I don't get too many opportunities to talk to women who've been through all this federal stuff. So, guys, this is Brittni. Say hello, Brittni.
Hi, guys.
So, Brittni, maybe you want to start. Tell us. You said you didn't mind talking about what got you thrown in prison. You don't have to get, don't tell on yourself too much, but I know you said it was counterfeiting. Maybe you can start with that.
Yeah. So I got indicted in 2000. I think it was at the end of 2005 for counterfeit money for manufacturing U.S. currency. And I ended up not getting to do pretrial because my case was out of South Dakota. And so I sat there and mine went pretty fast. I was sentenced within 6 months.
Really? That's the fastest I've ever heard.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't fight it. I just went with it as fast as I could. And I first went to Dublin, California, to FCI Dublin. And I got in a fight my first 5 weeks there. And I got thrown in the shoe. And I sat in the shoe for 5.5 months and then got transferred to Carswell, Texas.
Wow.
Dallas Fort.
Do you remember what the fight? Do you remember what you fought about? What the fight was over?
Yeah, but I'd rather not say.
Okay, no, we don't. All right. I mean, it wasn't over food or something. Still, never mind. We don't have to go there.
No, it was something really. It was on me. It was totally. I went into prison without having a clue about what prison was for women, and I had a totally different idea of how women got down, and it wasn't. There's no gangs or violence like that in there. So yeah.
I guess there are fights though.
Well, yeah. I guess. I mean, I threw a punch. I hit her one time. Actually, was the fight.
Okay. So
Yeah.
do women have to show their paperwork at the? Because you did FCI time. You didn't go to a camp. You were at the FCI, right?
Yeah. We weren't supposed to have our PSI there. Some people would bring it in somehow. I don't know. I got mine in there. I was able. I think I don't know how I got all my papers from county.
Yeah.
But I think that they traveled with me, maybe. I doubt it, to Oklahoma. Maybe they mailed them to me from the county, probably is what they did.
So you had to do the whole Con Air thing to Oklahoma and be shackled and all that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've done that so many times.
Wow. Now, do they separate the men from the women? Is it a one plane for women and one plane for men, or they mix you up?
There's like, I don't know, probably 6 or 7 women total at the most in the front. And then there's like 150 guys in the back of the plane.
Wow.
Yeah. So if you get like a window seat, keep it. Don't go to the bathroom when they ask you if you want to go to the bathroom. Keep your window seat. Women, especially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I go on the website, the BOP website, I think there's only 10 women's prisons. Does that sound about right?
FCIs.
Yeah. I think there's 10 in the whole country.
Yeah. And there's probably more camps than that though.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of camps. I think there's a lot more camps than FCIs. I don't know. I know they added a new one in Alabama, an FCI in Alabama that wasn't there when wasn't open when I was in prison. Okay.
So you were telling me there's only 2 kinds of women's prison. There's camps and there's FCIs. Is that correct?
Yeah. That's
so
correct,
there's no LOS and there's no penitentiaries. The FCI is as high as you get, other than the Supermax, I guess.
Yeah, there's one like Supermax, and there's like 12 women in the whole United States, and and otherwise you're FCI or you're a camp or FCC.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So let me ask you. So when do you think that a judge goes easier on a woman with children than a man with children when they sentence you?
I don't think they care. I think it's already predisposed. I don't think that I think probably what the DA wants is probably what the judge is going to go with, probably more than likely. And the feds have a 97% success rate of conviction. So that's with I mean, I don't think it matters who your judge, your attorney, anything,
Right.
you know.
You were telling me you went to Newbridge. It's a if you guys don't know, it's a drug program in Berkeley that has a lot of feds that are sent there. I violated my pretrial. I came up dirty, so I had to go do time. It was time at Newbridge. They made me do the 6-month one, not the 90-day. But you were there too, right?
Yeah, I stayed there for probably 2 months and then I took off.
It took a lot of
Yeah.
people did. I've seen people, they won't even last 4 hours. They're running out the door. They told me, go ahead and leave, but we're calling the marshals. You know, we'll see if you get to the end of the block.
Yeah. That's what they do too. They are no joke with that.
Yeah.
That program was before. So then after I did 19 months, that was my original term.
Okay.
And then I got out for 3 years supervised release and I violated 3 times by absconding. I just didn't report.
Okay.
And yeah, that was my violations every time. So my third one, the judge gave me my final duration of my probation, which was 2 years. So my final violation was 24 months and I did every single day of that.
Really? So you had to go
And-
back to prison on a violation for 24 more months.
Yeah,
Wow.
they make you do like anytime. They just changed over a law when I was in there. Whatever time you're doing on your violations in custody, that is every day. That's a day off of your probation. It's credited towards your probation time. So it's day for day for that. So mine added up.
But I guess the good news I've heard, because it's you violate state parole or state probation, they can restart your probation. The feds don't do that, right? They let you finish it off, even though you go to prison, but you don't get extended probation time, do you?
No, that's what I'm saying. So like when you're actually in custody doing a violation time, it still is like knocking days off of your probation time. Yeah, it doesn't restart. I think they can I don't know if they can restart it or not. I think there's a little bit of discrepancy on that.
Well, I met a guy, he came to my prison camp for his 3rd violation because he was getting high and he was happy. He had to do 6 months. And I go, why are you happy? He goes, because when I get out of here, I don't even report to probation. I'm done. I'm free. He goes, and I could do 6 months standing on my head in this camp. He goes, this is going to be easier for me than out there, so.
That's how I felt too. I mean, I was so happy. Those 24 months they were a lot easier than the first 19 I did.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. So, and now you're free. Did you have a restitution?
I had, what was it? $100, the assessment fee or whatever.
Yeah.
That's all I had. Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Okay. So can I ask, I'll go ahead.
I didn't have any, like I had 4 people that, 4 stores I passed a $20 bill on in Rapid City, South Dakota. And that was a total of $80 and nobody came and requested that $20 back. So.
Oh, okay. So when you absconded, when you didn't report, did the marshals come find you somewhere or did you hide or?
They came looking for me pretty hardcore. They found out I was up in Humboldt hiding and they looked for me pretty deep up there, but they never actually got me. I got arrested by local PD every single time.
Oh, okay. Because nowadays they got
like,
facial recognition, use a credit card, you check, for buying gas at the store, they can trace you like that, right? The marshals, they'll do all that if they want you, right?
Yeah, you would think so. I mean, I felt like if they just used some binoculars, they could have got me up in Humboldt. They were a little excessively looking for me up there, but I never did get caught by them. But they will hunt you. They will hunt you.
Yeah. So you did the Newbridge after you got out of prison, not before.
No, I did it on one of my violations. That was one of my violations. I was in custody for like, I don't know, 4 months. And then my probation officer wanted me to go to a program from there.
Okay, so, I got it.
Yeah.
I know guys in that program that they've done their prison time. And instead of being violated and going back to prison, they could do 90 days at Newbridge. I know at
Yeah.
least half a dozen guys said, send me to the camp. I'd rather do my time at a camp than Newbridge. And I didn't understand at the time because I had yet to go to prison. Now I know why. Now I know why.
Once you get to prison, that fear it alleviates that fear and that, you know, of what it could be, you know, it's not that bad once you get there, you know, right? Do you think so?
No, it was so surreal. When I walked in, I couldn't believe this. It was I was like in a movie. I've been watching prison movies all my life, and I'm walking down. I got my bag of clothes, and I got to walk down this path and go check into this building and find my bed. But I'm walking. It was like the 2-hour walk. It was, you know, a 5-minute walk, but it felt like 2 hours. Just like it was so surreal. But I actually felt safe. You know.
Yeah.
There was, you know, I don't know what it was because I had met a few people before they let me, you know, before they opened the doors and see that building there. Just go walk up there,
Right.
second floor, find your bed. And this little background I got here, this is pretty much what I stayed in.
Really?
Yeah, we had the
like,
cubicles.
yeah, that looks like the New Orange is Black background, you know, kind of.
Yeah, we had the same thing. So you were telling me a women's prison is pretty much like the show Orange is Black?
Yeah, excluding the riot scene, you know. There's no riots. But
Right. Yeah.
the riot season, that season was a little off the hook, but yeah, no, it's pretty on point, I'll have to say.
So what kind of jobs do they have for women in prisons?
We have our biggest job is Unicor 411 operators. When I was in there, I mean, I've been out since 2011, so I don't know if they even still have 411, but that was our Unicor, the call center. And then they had a lot of apprenticeship programs. They had a painting program, apprenticeship program. They had plumbing, they had electrical. And then they had there were some specialty things like you could be a dental hygienist. I mean, but that was took a while to get on that spot. In Carswell, they had cosmetology. You could go to cosmetology full time and get your cosmetology license.
Okay. Was that a popular one?
Yeah, you have to pay for it though. You had to pay for it, which wasn't that much. I mean, they did the financial aid and everything for you. So I think it's out of pocket was like maybe $1,000 or something, but you get a legit license.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
No, that was cool. That was just, you know, and then you get to go to the salon. The girls on the compound get to go to the salon and get to be guinea pigs for the girls that are in school.
Okay. So do you, when they go do that, is it custom to tip the person like tunas or stamps or?
No.
No?
No, I mean, you just hope you get somebody good.
Okay.
Yeah.
At my prison, we had a barber shop, but you know, you tip the guy out. Tunas were our, you know, meat in a package was our money, or stamps, but it was $3 to $5. We tip them, and if you didn't tip the guy, you know, you better not go back next time because.
Well, this was
I lost your mic.
Okay,
I lost your volume there.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm going to put on Do Not Disturb on my phone. Hold on. Okay. All right. Can you hear me?
Yep, sure can. So the 411 calls, that's when you mean I used to dial 411 and I want the number to McDonald's in San Francisco, and that was an inmate I was talking to.
Yeah, well, I mean, they have a few call centers. I know they had one in Texas, one in Dublin. I think they had one in Tallahassee. I heard Carswell closed down though, so I don't even know if these are up and running FCIs anymore.
There's been some scandals going around with some of the women's prisons. A lot of the correctional officers, and you know, having to do with sex and rapes and things like that. And they're doing some investigating now, and I think they shut Atlanta down now? Is there women? They've been shut. They've been doing a lot of cracking down on the women's prisons. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty bad in there with that kind of stuff. My advice to anybody is just stay away from, just keep, I mean, you don't have to get involved with nobody, but just find a friend or two, and keep your nose clean. I mean, it's not hard to do. There's a lot of things to do to keep yourself busy and stay away from all the drag and drama with the cops in there,
Right.
because there is. Yeah.
So is it segregated for women? Like we had white tables and black tables and Mexican tables when you eat dinner, eat your food. How's it in a women's
No,
prison?
it's not segregated at all.
No,
Not
not
at
at
all.
all. Wow. Okay. Women just know how to get along with each other. And men don't.
So yeah, it's not really, yeah, I mean, the Mexicans kind of stick together, seems like, and
Right.
the blacks kind of stick together, but the whites are just kind of here and there and everywhere. Not that many of them in there.
So having been through all these years you did in prison, the women that are gonna be sentenced and facing prison that watch this show right now, can you describe the first day in prison and maybe give them some pointers?
Okay, so I'm sure you know this, like an incident report is called a shot. And that was something like, I remember my first day, somebody's like, don't walk on the grass, you're gonna get a shot. I'm all, they shoot you here. So if you hear that term, it's just a write-up. You're not gonna get shot. You go through R&D when you get to prison, and whether you turn yourself in or you come in off the plane or the bus, and you go to R&D, and you'll wear a weird outfit, khaki outfit or something for a couple days, and then you go to laundry, you get your regular clothes. But in FCIs, you go to this big room called the bus stop, so you won't be in your permanent place that you're going to be sleeping. So
Okay.
it's okay. People are really nice when you first get in there. Like I heard you saying, it's true that like there's church groups that will kind of come in and they'll hook you up with your essential needs, shampoo and conditioner, a little bit better than what they give you when you first come in, the prison gives you. So people are really nice in there, actually.
Yeah, I always kept a welcome package. I had shower shoes, shampoo, a coffee cup, coffee, maybe a couple Snickers bars, just
Yeah.
things like that. It's maybe about $8 worth of stuff off the commissary. And I always told the guy, no, this is for you. And all I ask is when you get on your feet, have a little care package for the next new guy and pass it on, and there was no strings attached other than just, pass it on. And because somebody did that to me, I didn't want to take it. When somebody first offered it to me, I go, no, I'm not going to be nobody's bitch. I'm not. That's all right, man. You keep that. 3 guys came back and they started laughing. They explained to me, man, just take it, man. You're not in the penitentiary, man. They explained to me how it works. I still didn't believe them. I took it, but I didn't open it. I was like gonna give it back to somebody the next day, and I finally figured out, no, it's okay.
Yeah. It's not like, I know. Yeah, no, people are pretty nice when you first get there. They are. It's surprisingly welcoming. I mean, you just observe your surroundings, and you'll see who's loud and who's, in the drama. And I mean, if you want to be a part of that, go for it. The biggest thing with girls is the girlfriend thing in there,
I don't know. I don't know. Explain that.
Well, everyone wants to play house, and everyone wants to play house. And you get always one of those girls that look like boys, and everybody. It's just a drama scene. It's just
okay.
Melrose.
I mean, I live out here in San Francisco. I'm not naive. I just don't know how it works in prison,
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. It's that's pretty much the whole scene there. It's the girlfriend scene. I say 80% girls in there caught up in that. So
how's the medical for women in there? And because women have different medical needs than men. Do they take care of things for you?
Yeah, like I was at a FCC, which is a medical facility, that one in Texas. And so we probably had better medical than normal or than most. We had a better, I know we had a better salad bar than everybody else. That's what we were told. But yeah, no, the medical's okay. I mean, they had a clinic, a regular clinic, but also at the FCC, I was it was where JFK actually died. It was a real hospital.
Oh,
Like there was a high rise for GP, which is where I lived, but then the people that were sick were in the hospital part, and the hospital was like where everything was, the library, the cafeteria, the clinic, the everything, like indoor rec was all in that old hospital building.
okay.
I mean, but medical's okay. You just have to be, I guess, probably assertive about whatever your medical
Assertive,
needs
yeah,
are.
and stand in line. Wait, have patience, right?
Absolutely. Have patience and, like anywhere else, fight for yourself. You have to fight for your own self and there.
Yeah,
They're not gonna seek you out to help you.
right, right. So I heard you say salad bar, and we had a salad bar where I was at, but a lot of people that I talked to they don't believe that we have an all-you-can-eat salad bar in prison.
Oh,
Tell me about yours.
oh yeah. Yeah, no, we had our lunches were like we had soup or salad, and we would get bacon Swiss hamburgers, cheeseburgers, at lunchtime. And then, I mean, dinner was some other gourmet thing. I mean, if you don't watch yourself, you gain weight in there too. So, ladies, watch what you eat. You don't want to gain much weight in there. And then holidays are awesome. We get snow cones and Danish hens on New Year's Eve. Everybody had a Danish hen. They're pretty. They do them up on federal holidays. They do.
Yeah, they did with us too. I mean, we'd get what we get like a half of a chicken and a slice of ham, mashed potatoes, gravy, stuffing, homemade dinner rolls,
Yep.
pumpkin pie or apple pie, and a little cup of ice cream, and yeah, stuff like that. And then the salad bar had all kinds of stuff on it, and yeah, it wasn't bad.
And then boxes at Christmas time too. They come caroling, and then we get these donated boxes of chocolates and cards and all kinds of goodies and stuff. Yeah, they were pretty nice to us in there.
Nice. Oh, we didn't get the chocolates and the cards. We got a Christmas bag that had some candy in it, but it wasn't cards. And the women probably got a little better, maybe. That sounds like it. That's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the food is great in there. That is definitely one of the better parts of federal prison, I'd have to say.
So,
Better than
you hear about like Martha Stewart and Laurie Laughlin and all them going to prison. How do you think they were treated really? 'Cause they don't really talk about it, because they're movie stars and stuff. So,
well, you got to think they probably were. I don't know. I like the New Orange is Black. That's kind of what I compare it to. How they were to her. That lady that was whatever. The
Piper or something. Yeah.
The lady that was supposed to be Martha Stewart. She.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. In that show. I mean, she kind of got special privileges, and I kind of feel like I'm sure Martha Stewart. Everyone was nice to her. I mean, the guards aren't jaded like they are in like the county facilities or state facilities. It seems like, they're not as. I don't know. They just seem more bored.
Yeah, I know the COs, the guards, whatever you want to call them. Where I was at, it was safe for them to work. They knew they were going home at the end of their shift, as opposed to a guard that works in the penitentiary. He doesn't know if he's going to get shanked by an inmate, and they're watching their back. But I imagine in a women's prison, they pretty much know they're going home at the end of their shift, right? So they're going to treat you different.
Yeah, exactly. And they're not dealing with all the. I mean, there was some violence in there, but it was always over girlfriend stuff,
Yeah.
Sorry.
So how much do you remember how much they paid you for the Unicor, the 4-1? Was that a couple hundred?
That was the highest pay. Yeah, that was the highest pay grade, and that could go up. You can make as much as up to $300 a month, even if you wanted to work overtime and stuff.
That's not bad. You could actually walk out of there with some if you saved some.
Yeah. You could definitely make some money there. But any other job was like, Otis, do not jump. I don't know, $12 a month or something crazier.
Yeah.
Do you remember what the pay grade was?
It's about $16 a month now. They went up $4 a year. Or
Yeah, cost of living went up. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, some guys make 40 a month and 80 a month, but they've been there for 5 years and they're at the
Yeah.
different grades. Yeah.
Did you guys have the different apprenticeship programs?
Yeah, I did the culinary school, but we had a solar class, we had welding, they had plumbing, carpentry, they had an automotive, they had a dog training program, stuff like
Oh,
that.
cool. Oh, that would be cool. That would be nice.
Yeah, the dog was your cellie. So you had two beds like behind me, but the dog slept in one and you train
Yeah.
them. What's that?
You had one too? You had a dog?
Yeah, no, I didn't do that. You had to have a 5-year sentence or more to be a part of that program. And I only had a 4-year sentence, so they wouldn't they wouldn't do it.
That sounds cool though. That would be really helpful. I bet to have something, yeah, little snuggle bug.
So you think for most women faced in prison, they're going to get through it just fine, huh?
They'll be fine. Absolutely. I mean, it's not hard. Just you pick how you do your time, you know? I
Yeah.
mean, it's a mental thing. It's where you gotta take yourself out of the street. So put your head in there and just read a lot. I mean, there's so many different hobby crafts you could do and activities you could do. You stay busy. I mean, we did I'll tell you this. This is one of my somebody asked me one of my best moments of my life. This was one of them when me and a couple of my friends got together with Outdoor Rec and we asked if we could do a play. So we did The Wizard of Oz and I was Glinda the Good Witch. And we performed 3 shows for the whole prison and we all sang. I mean, it was like one of the best moments of my life. I swear it really was amazing.
No, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really fun. Yeah.
They did some crazy stuff like that where I was at too, believe it or not. Yeah, they did the Lion King and it was a bunch of guys, a bunch of men like singing and dancing and
it's fun though. It's crazy. It's like stuff you would never do, you know, you would never think about doing out here, you know. It's
right.
Yeah, it was one of the best moments of my life was performing those 3 shows we did in front of everybody. It was pretty cool. And then also they didn't have a soccer league when I got there, the second time I got there. And so I coordinated with Outdoor Rec and they let me start a soccer league. I had to get enough girls saying they'd play and I got a whistle and everything, got to order my equipment and
oh nice.
Yeah. You want to do something, if you can propose to them, they're pretty open about if you have a special interest that they don't already have going.
That's good to know. It was kind of like that with us too. You could start different. One guy wanted to teach stand-up comedy, you know, and they let him do that. So that was a cool class.
I bet.
Yeah. Did you go through RDAP?
I tried to go through RDAP and I dropped out of it. I didn't have enough time. It didn't make a difference for me. Even when I did it for years, because by the time you get there and to get the 6 month off and then the 6 months halfway house, you know, it's like I got 5 months halfway house on my last 2 years I did. So it didn't make any difference, you know, but it depends on what prison you're in, how hard it is, I think.
I heard some prisons are really tough on their RDAP. Where I was, it was easy, but other ones I've heard is tough. Yeah.
Me too. I heard about that too.
Do you got to get going? I see you're carrying your dog and stuff, or
we're here at we moved up to Reading, so we just came down here to Sonoma County to get the rest of our stuff out of our store.
All right, great. So how long have you been free off probation and everything?
Since November, I want to say November 11th, 2011.
Oh, that's a good 10 years. So yeah. So you haven't been back to prison since, right? So
no, I've been out of trouble, just living life. Yeah.
So did it change? Did it change the way you think about, like, so you're staying out of trouble now and everything? So did prison help you become a better person, or you know what I mean? It didn't make you some people come out of there more of a criminal, but I don't think that happened to you. You know where I'm going with this?
No, absolutely. No, I learned my lesson. I swear did learn my lesson. I will never fuck with Uncle Sam's money again. Anything to do with Uncle Sam. He's not somebody to mess with. So,
Right.
excuse my language. But,
No,
yeah.
no, it's a prison channel. If you can't swear once in a fucking while on a prison channel. Do you remember what your halfway house? Did you do it here in the Bay Area?
Yeah, I did it in San Francisco.
Oh,
It was
111 Taylor.
yeah, one Turk and Taylor.
Turk and
Yes, I went
Taylor.
there.
That's where I was too. With the junkies shooting up outside and everything else, man. Crazy, yeah.
Tenderloin's great. Yeah, it's good. It's a little overwhelming when you first get out, but it's I love the halfway house personally. I had a great time there. I really did.
It wasn't that bad for me. The best thing about it was I could smoke.
Yeah, absolutely. Back patio there. Yeah.
The Oakland halfway house won't let them smoke. They can't even bring cigarettes in. Yeah. I don't know how they got to do it when they go to work or something.
Oh man, that sucks.
Yeah.
No, it was kind of crooked there when I was there though. It was just, we kind of got to do what we wanted to do.
Yeah, I know. I remember.
And if when you do go to the halfway house, ladies, you can go to school. You can opt to go to school instead of work, and so you don't have to pay all that money to them too. It's something you can do, and you can max your time out of the house 12 hours a day. I mean, you can get up to 12 hours out a day.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
what I did.
There was a bunch of, I think they were from Nigeria that worked in the halfway house. Were they there when you were there? Nigerians?
No.
Oh, they're all here on some kind of visa plan, but we had like 20 of them working at the halfway house. That must have been after you left. Yep. Yeah. They were good people though. They were just happy to be in America, but here they got a job, in a halfway house, people coming right out of prison, but
yeah, I have stories about that place, but yeah, that place was fun.
Yeah.
I got to go. I did home confinement my last 3 months too. The last time I was there. Yeah.
Okay. So now the home confinement, I didn't have a home, so I couldn't do it. But I hear they'll call you up at 3 a.m, and if you don't answer that phone, it's a violation, right? Is it tough?
I think that because I didn't have probation it didn't matter if they violated me. So I kind of went and I pushed it, and I kind of glad I did, because it wasn't like, they really threaten you a lot more than is really implemented. But I'm not saying to go out and push them, but I mean, like I wasn't even allowed to go on rec passes. I was like, no passes. I was very grounded because I was late. But they were, it took me 3 or 4 houses to finally get approved too. My mom's, both my sisters, and finally my girlfriend's. So it's not that easy to get into the program, but once you are, they're okay. They're not too bad.
So why did they deny the first couple houses? Do you remember?
You know what? I have no idea, because my mom and my sister's houses were all great. I think it was maybe a space thing, maybe a room. They didn't have I wouldn't have had my own room or something. I don't even know the reasons why they denied them, to be honest.
I've been told if there's alcohol in the house, even if it's not yours, but they don't want anybody in the house having alcohol. Is that true?
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, nobody. Yeah, absolutely not. Yeah, no kind of.
Because
one
guy told me, well, my mom likes to have wine with her dinner every night. It's whether you can't live with her.
Jeez. Yeah, and you're not allowed to. You can't be around anybody else that's a convicted felon or anything. I think I know that for a fact that they can't be on federal probation. You're not supposed to be around anybody like that.
Yeah, they tell me that, so they give me a job with 20 felons that are just out of prison. And then I go to an AA meeting or NA meeting that's full of felons, but that's okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Just keep your nose clean and don't get busted with nobody.
Yeah. I think they mean don't hang out in front of the liquor store with your with all the thugs, and you know what I mean, and jump in a car with a hoopty full of felons and cruise around town. I think they mean like associating with them. Cause
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
Cause I live in a sober living house still. And you know, I mean, everybody, there's guys here out of prison and felons and
Yeah,
and that's okay with them.
right. I know.
I don't get that one.
It's what benefits them in the moment, but you know,
Yeah.
they're not that bad. They're really not that bad. And actually, my federal probation officer I mean, I didn't like her too much because, you know, she sent me back for 2 years, about the last 2 years. And I talked to her, well, 5 years ago, and she totally different outlook on me. She's a state probation officer now. And she's so proud of me. She was just like, oh my gosh, she gave me a big, yeah. That was just kind of cool to see her in the different circumstances, you know?
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
So there is there is a real person behind that badge.
There really is. Yeah. It's when you're not under their thumb, they treat you totally different. Yeah. Yeah. So.
Okay. My pretrial officer did not like me at all. She liked me when she first met me, but you know, yeah, I mean, I gave them 4 dirty drug tests. They let me do 2 different programs, but the last program I turned myself in before she could take me to court. Then the judge said, well, he's already in a program. I'm not going to throw him in. I'm not going to take him out of the program to put him in jail when he's in one. And she said, but he did that. He knew that this was going to happen. And, you know, she was, I got lucky.
Yeah, they can be,
yeah. But now I'm drug free. So ever since you know, that's all behind me now. So
that alleviates a lot of the problem.
Yeah. You know, yeah. Instead of trying to like come up with schemes to, oh, I'll get high and go in a program and they won't violate me. Just, you know, how about don't do the drugs? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Plenty of time for that later on in life. Just get through this right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So I don't want to keep you too long. I know you're moving and stuff. Any last words, advice for these women that are coming up on their sentencing?
Just hold your head up, man. I mean, you guys will be fine. You'll get through this, and time flies. Just try to get your head out of the streets, though. Like when you get to prison, just focus on what's in front of you in that moment, and don't think too far ahead. And try not to think of, you know, what's out there, because it'll still be there. And that's the best advice I can say, is just try to keep your head out of the streets, you know, because it can really make or break your time, you know.
All right. Well, Brittni, I know you're busy. I want to thank you so much for your time, and maybe another time I can have you back, or if I can help you with anything, if you want to start a YouTube channel, I hope you do that. Whatever I can do for you, you let me know. Okay. And send me a text every once in a while or something. Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Sean. And
all right.
Thanks for doing this.
Yeah. You've been a big help. Thank you so much. God bless you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Bye.